Maybe we should stop eating.
What?
Because we're recording.
Oh, no.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Picture it, pink pants and a floral shirt.
Shall we begin?
Fell in love with. I keep my figure. Rocking the hottest outfit. When you get home, they coming on my shoulder. Oh my God, are we doing that? That's what we're doing? So when you were doing it, you didn't want to record just stuff, but you want to record me going in. Okay, good morning.
Hey guys.
Good morning. It's a little R&R.
It's your boy Ramont.
And I'm Reese.
We're coming to you
live from a secluded location in the DMV.
Secured location.
Secured and secluded.
The door is locked.
Down.
What's up, friend?
We here. What's going on? How
It's
are
been
you?
a long time.
It has. Like I feel like this has been the longest time that we've been apart. Like it.
Yeah.
I feel like we've talked.
We missed each other this past weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
did. It's so hard being us.
Yeah, so busy, so booked and busy, right? During COVID-19, I was locked down. Anyways, so what's going on?
Shit.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Boring.
So can I ask you a question? Do you every now and then,
okay,
when I talk to someone that has listened to an episode, typically like social media, people will ask one question that to me makes no sense. So I don't know if you get any questions, but this question, I pause and I say, really? They say, are you guys friends or do y'all just do a podcast together?
It's a legitimate question.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Because some people just show up to do work.
Right, but I feel like there's got to be... So if we showed up and just did this, I don't know that the chemistry would be what it is.
Well, for our show, I can definitely see how chemistry wouldn't be there if we just showed up to do work. So it all depends on what they're also listening to, where it could just be like a talk type of situation where it's the topic and a conversation type of thing. But some kind of way you can still have that chemistry, quote unquote, or they could just be listening to podcasts where they just interview people as well.
Right.
But
I don't know. I just feel
like a lot of podcasts I listen to, they're friends, and that's
agreed.
Right.
And that's so I don't know. But when people, I'm like, what?
No,
I'm like, no, we're friends. Like we're real friends.
No one talks to me. You're the more approachable one.
Well, that's your fault,
Bitch.
That is your entire fault. That's another topic for another episode. Okay. So let me tell you, when I was going to pick up the food, right? Mm-hmm. To me, this was some fuckboy shit. So I'm in my car waiting in the. I was waiting in the carryout, my little slot. I was in slot number 5. So I watched this couple come out of the restaurant, arm in arm, and they get to the car. And he, like a gentleman, he opens her door, lets her in and everything. And this isn't fuckboy to me because it's just him, a man being a man. Okay. So another young lady walks past. And so he's like, as he's putting his girl in the car, he's checking her out. Innocent or whatever. But what blew me was, and my mind immediately went to one thing. He gets over to the driver's side. It was a Lexus IS 250, 230, whatever it is. He was at least 6'1", 6'2", easy 200. So he's a big guy. He opens the doors to get in, couldn't get in, had to adjust the seat.
It's probably her car.
Exactly. And I was just like, dude, for me, I just felt like,
don't do that.
Don't do what?
Because they could have just taken her car. I hear the echo now.
Let it go. No, I just feel like, I don't know. I just felt like, so in my head, I played it out that he wasn't shit. She paid for the meal. He ain't got no car. He driving her shit around. Like,
Don't do that. Don't do that. Because that's probably not the case. Like I said,
You're right. It may not be the case.
They could have just taken her car to dinner.
That's why I'm pro-gay.
That's why you're pro-gay? What does that have to do with being...
Absolutely nothing. But the fact that you don't know who did what, who car is what, like, it don't matter. So, I'm just joking. But yeah, I just thought it was like, I don't know, it just struck me as, ew. That ain't your car? So you riding her around in her shit? But maybe you bought it. I don't know. That's neither here nor there. Let's get into the show.
Let's absolutely get into the show, friend.
So we going to church real quick with the church announcement.
Reese, don't do my announcements like that.
I love it.
Don't do my
I
announcements like that.
I love it.
Let's see here. Oh, you want me to start or did you want to start?
Go ahead.
Okay. Our main announcement, definitely get out and vote.
Yes.
I am saying that to everyone. And the reason I said because voting matters is because there are people out there that are saying, I'm not voting. My vote does not count. Voting does not affect me. I'm not doing it. One, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of hearing about it. And it's the most selfish thing. And I had to sit and actually think about it. Like, you're saying you're not voting because it doesn't affect you. You in your bubble, yes. Mm-hmm.Maybe with the laws that change or that may come down a pipeline, maybe at this moment in time, it does not affect you. But there are so many other people that are counting on you voting, so therefore they can get the changes in which they need. And I hate the fact that all the I'm not voting, people are mainly thinking about the presidential election. Mm-hmm. But you need to focus on your local election, those attorney generals, those judges that you are putting in place that are in your city, in your counties and everything like that. That's why you need to get out there and vote. Even if you like fuck the presidency, I don't give a fuck what president we get. Like, there are your local state people that you vote on that literally do make a difference in your everyday life and things that are doing, things that are being built, how cops pull you over, how your profile, like, those are the things that really matter right there. Like, that's where your vote really counts, and you not voting is affecting that, and again, is affecting so many more people than your little bubble itself that it's not affecting. Then you also have to think, like, okay, if you don't vote because of right now and it's not affecting you, but your job moves you to a state where it could possibly affect you because people did not vote in that particular state and now they got what they wanted on the other side. And let me tell you who's going to vote. Those Proud Boys that Trump told to stand back and stand by, they're going to vote. Come hella high water, they're going to vote.
Well, I just want to jump in real quick because I feel like you are very passionate about this and this is your segment. I'm all about it. But I do feel like when people say that, you know, when you were saying that people aren't voting because it doesn't affect them right now, think about
right now, yeah.
A year from now,
yeah.
2, 10, 12, whatever it is, you need to be thinking about that. And then if you have family, think about that. Like, people need to be voting for a bunch of different reasons. There's a reason for everyone to vote. So it just needs to happen. Like you said, local, the presidential, like all of it. All of it. People need to do their part. And it is what it is. That's just, it's the bottom line. It needs to happen, and it shouldn't. Like you said, I do believe it's very selfish for someone to say, "Oh, I'm not voting because my vote doesn't matter." Or
and your vote does matter. President Trump won by a very small margin.
But then I also feel like the people that don't vote got a whole lot to say when things pan out. That's why I didn't vote. No, if you had voted,
exactly,
maybe it wouldn't be this.
Exactly,
you know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
I stand behind you, Fran, on that. I'm gonna shut up and let you finish your PSA.
Shout out, and I want to shout out to all the people in Atlanta and Houston that have been early voting, that have been standing in lines. I'm hearing up to 11 hours. My God. That is
because it matters.
That's more than a work day. Like, that's a long time, but
more than a work day. Okay.
That is long than a work day.
That's a double shit, baby.
Okay, ain't it a double? Okay.
A double and then some, like,
with no break.
Right.
But shout out to y'all. Like, this is showing that voting matters. Like, people actually care, that, and they are standing in these long lines and waiting. And this is another reason why people vote. These long lines are due to voter suppression in these black and brown neighborhoods where when they have so many people and then they got like 5 polling places that they can go to. You know what I mean? Like, 200,000, residents that live here, and we got 5 polling places. And that's another reason why you need to vote for those governors and those mayors to get rid of voter suppression and everything like that. Like, these are the reasons why we vote. I mean, honestly, voting has consequences, and
not voting has consequences.
and not voting
right.
has its consequences. And you had something about your home state. Well, one of them,
Washington. You tried all of that. Washington State, I believe, October 15th is when they released or not open up their voting. So everybody in Washington State,
their early voting started.
Yeah,
pretty much
they're doing. They're opening that up and they're sending out their ballots and everything to their absentee folks. So
are you doing mail-in or?
I did. I requested a mail, but then when I was talking, because I had to call because my address was still in Washington. So right. So I called and she was like, well, do you want a mail? I said, absolutely. She was like, well, we can email it to you too. I said, well, that too. Give it all. Give me all the options. So.
I got drop mine off.
Yeah. So and just stay in tune with what's going on in your state to ensure that you do not miss the opportunity. I feel like sometimes people get so.
You still have time to register to vote.
Yeah, absolutely. So November's around the corner, and we're in the middle of October.
This election seems so surreal, even compared to 4 years ago. I mean, I remember like voting was just a normal time of we just gonna go vote.
Yeah, we used to do it on our lunch break. Like,
right, you know what I mean? Yeah. But now it seemed like it's so much more important. So much more is
look at what's going on. Look what's going on, and that's all I can say about that. Look what's going on.
And so of course, please go out and vote. Voting has its consequences. Please register to vote, especially our babies that are turning 18 before the election. Libra season is in effect. So if you know your cousin, son, brother, nephew, little cousin, male, female is about to turn 18.
The whole family.
The whole family, bitch. I don't want to make sure I don't miss nobody. I don't want somebody to say, they ain't tell me to do it. Right. Take them to get registered, whatever the case may be. Make sure that they're out there voting as well. Make sure their voice is heard. I'm going to end on this one because it was just interesting to watch. When we think of voting has consequences and what's going on now with Amy Barrett trying to be forced through to be a Supreme Court judge when we are weeks away from an election because the Republican senators wanted there versus when Barack Obama wanted to appoint someone when there were still 200 and some odd days left until election and they blocked it. So Amy Barrett, as we know, is against Roe versus Wade, which is the government involvement in a woman's reproductive system and their right to have an abortion and so forth. She's against it. She wants to do away with it. I watched a show called The Blacklist. It was very interesting. On this particular episode, they find high profile criminals and arrest them and so forth and everything like that. This particular episode, a woman was raped. She tried to have an abortion, but the governor of her city or state, made abortions illegal. So therefore she could not have one. Her rapist then wanted to go to court to file for joint custody of the child. So that made this woman snap, who worked in, I don't know what the particular doctor, like OBGYN and pregnancy and so forth. It was the nursing field that she was in. So when she snapped, she ended up, her and a group of other people, kidnapping pro-life people. They did it with a pastor, and they finally got a hold of her governor, kidnapped him, and they impregnated these men to test their morals and what they have been fighting in and so forth. And they held them captive for so long until the baby itself had a heartbeat. And of course, that's what most laws say. As long as the baby has a heartbeat, it's so weird, but it's just so fucking amazing.
I want to see it just for the story. Go ahead.
So, and when this governor and they found out that he was pregnant and he could not have an abortion because that's the law that you wrote into place that made it illegal, and he did not know what to do.
Right.
Granted, old girl got caught and arrested and this and the third, but she believed in what she fought in and so forth. And at the end of the episode, the governor had to go to another state to get an abortion. And the doctor was explaining the law, and if his state found out that he would be prosecuted and this and the third because it was illegal in his state. And all he could say was, I know, I wrote the law. But it was just weird that these men legit got pregnant. Like, how she do that? How she connect that to that? And they withdrew the baby. And the pastor that they had kidnapped actually ended up having a baby. So,
where did it come out of?
They basically did like a C-section.
Oh,
but the gag is, guess who the sperm was from? The man that raped her. Because she kidnapped him and held him captive.
Oh, she took the sperm from him and impregnated everyone else.
Uh-huh.
Ew.
Uh-huh. Well, they took like the fertilized egg and then put it into the man.
Right.
And when the men woke up, they had like a pill regimen, which is basically like birth control and woman hormones that basically help the baby grow and everything. Yeah.
Birth control?
I'm sorry, not birth control. Like prenatal vitamins
Okay.
and everything.
I was like, wait.
Not birth control. My bad, but
and this is called The Blacklist?
The Blacklist.
Is that, what episode was that? Do you know?
I can find it.
Yeah,
I'll find it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
one
a lot
episode.
going on. Is it on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
Cool.
That's interesting.
It's very interesting. But I was all for that episode right there. It's just very interesting. And it's weird that it came on during this. Granted, the episode had nothing to do with during this time because it's an old episode, but it was just interesting I was watching it during this time itself.
Well, I feel like history repeat. Like, it's the way things happen.
But if a man could get pregnant, they would never write an abortion into law. Be against abortions.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Because I think
I don't think it would ever be a question. Like, they would just be able to do whatever they wanted to do.
You mean if from the beginning of time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It wouldn't be a question. Like, government would not be involved about.
Well, you're right. I agree. I agree. Yeah. I don't want no damn kids though. Ooh, I cursed. Don't want any children.
All right, from this minute marker on out, we're going to try not to cuss to our listeners that don't like for us to cuss. But we be passionate in our conversation.
And sometimes it just slips. And, that happens.
You know what's funny? If you get a church-going person to cuss and see them like, ooh, and they try to take it back and be like, God forgive me, and they say like a little prayer real quick, and then they say a non-cuss word.
Like you said, you be in it, and they cuss, and they be like, say something because I said what I said. That's how, those are the church folks that I know. When they're in their moment, they speak that, and then they keep it rolling.
But they don't never try to cover it up like,
And anyway.
We can call your mother when it's over with and ask her.
What's next?
We got anything else on the announcement?
It's October.
Oh,
yeah. The announcement. Don't like that you call it.
Mind you, looking at the list.
On the announcement. Did we get all the announcements? So, of course, well, I don't know if everybody knows. I'm hoping that everyone knows that October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So, shout out to all of our women, beautiful women, black, white, all of you. Make sure that you're doing your annual mammograms and make sure that you're checking your breast for lumps and bumps and things of that nature. And if you find them, go to your doctor and make sure, get yourself
make
tested
sure,
to
like,
make sure that it's not something. And if it is something, get that caught before it turns into something worse.
And if you have a history of breast cancer in your family, definitely be more aggressive about it. In case, especially if it was someone close, like your mom or your grandmother or something like that, definitely be more aggressive on top of that and make sure
that you're getting checked.
Mm-hmm. Save the tatas and save your lives as well. We want to see all y'all around.
I mean, this is the month, but it's an all time thing, right?
Yes.
So make sure that you're taking care of yourself and you're doing what you need to do or whatever and stuff. So today's topic. So our topics always come from a situation that somebody's going through.
It's always a situation. And before we begin, being that our topics always come from a situation, don't ever think that we purposely seek out topics from people that we know or things that we're doing itself. Like, if we genuinely sit and just go meet for happy hour or have drinks or at a kickback or something like that, trust and believe, me and Reese aren't and in these particular environments sitting down taking notes talking about, ooh, bitch, this gonna be part of the podcast. You know what I mean? Like, we literally enjoyed the moment in which we in. We turn podcasts on and off when we're out with our friends, hanging out, having, a good a good time.
Absolutely. But also, there are some situations that lend to a different conversation, I guess.
Yeah.
Afterwards, but like this one, I was out with some friends and we were just having a good time doing a celebration or whatnot, and we were talking about friends and best friends and blah blah blah, and someone at the table was like, you ain't best friends unless you've been through something, and I was just like, I don't know if in my head, I was like, I don't know if I agree with that, and then I said, I don't think I agree with that because
you said it.
Right. I said, because me and my best friend, like, we've had, I guess, not miscommunication. We've not agreed on something, but we've never gone through something. You know what I mean?
But what has gone through something?
So the topic at the table was...
At this point, Reese was taking notes.
No, I wasn't. Because, I mean, it was amongst friends. So what the topic of conversation was a friendship amongst the people that were there that had gone through something that kind of broke that friendship up for a moment. And then they came back together and kumbaya, right? Mm-hmm. For me and my best friends have never been through that. Not judging anyone, because I can only do, I am in this place of no judgment, mm-hmm. because I feel like my life is my life. Mm-hmm. And what I go through and what I deal with is mine. And who am I to look at you and say that yours is right or wrong or better or worse? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's the space that I'm in. Yeah. So in that conversation, I was just like, me and my best friends have never been through that. Mm-hmm. We've never been through anything that tore us apart. Mm-hmm. And, we needed that space. Again, not better, not worse, but we just haven't been that. So that statement was just like, I don't agree. And, the person was just like, well, I agree. And they was giving their points. And I was like, okay, well, you got it. That's you. And I get it. So then I was just, talking to Ramont. And I was like, I think that the first part of that is that we throw out this friend, this title of friend.
And best friend.
And best friend. So loose. And again, I'm not talking about the situation because they are, the conversation, the situation that went down was between some friends of mine. Right. That's their business. Yeah. They kumbaya, all together, hallelujah, and all of that. But I think that in general, people do this whole, oh, that's my friend. That's my friend. I'm just like, but y'all don't even really know each other. And then it's like, oh, that's my best friend. All right, but friend was just talking about you. Like, I don't understand that. And then I was like, okay, what about the people that you don't fuck with, right? Oh, I'm cussing. People that you don't mess with.
Wait. Okay.
I'm just going through all of them, and then we're going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then that piece rolled into the foes, right? The people that you don't rock with, and then it's like I feel like again, people make it like some people feel like you gotta know that I don't mess with Ramont when I walk into a room, and I'm just like, why? It's not that serious. And then we were talking. Well, some situations in life happen.
Oh.
How dramatic, right? Some situations in life happen, and then you find yourself in a situation where you might like someone, or you might think you like someone, you get to know them, and you realize you don't. So then it's like, friend zone. So I thought that was a segue. And all of them kind of work together.
Oh, okay. That's a little friend soup.
Right! Ooh, friend soup. That's what we're going to do next, friend. That's going to be our next venture. Friend soup.
What's friend soup?
We're going to make it.
Oh.
You said it. I'm going to make it.
Okay, call a chef.
Yes.
We do have a chef.
On deck.
On deck.
Friend soup, Tonio. So let's do it. Mm-hmm. So friends. So, of course, I like a definition.
The listeners love it too.
Okay. So a friend is a person whom one knows and with whom one has a bond of mutual affection, typically exclusive of. So I had to look at that because exclusive to me meant one thing, but it means like without, like not, right? So typically exclusive of sexual or family relations. So not your fuck buddy. I had to use that word because that's what it is. Mm-hmm. I guess I could have said sex buddy, right?
You could have. Or friends with benefit.
Or friends with benefits. Okay. I guess I didn't have to say the F word. I won't curse anymore. So we're not talking about sex partners, and we're not talking about your cousin, who is which to me could still be your friend, but whatever. So again, my stance is I feel like people are quick to say that's my friend. Like I feel like you meet someone and you have a good vibe, and it's like, oh my god, that is my friend, and I'll just be like, are we friends, or do we just know each other? Because there's a difference.
It is. And for For a friend, to go back to old boy that said like you have to go through something. It all depends on what you went through. I mean, and not. Yes, I feel like friends go through something to build that bond, and best friends really go through something, and it can be either together. It could have been you've been here because I lost someone. It can be either relationship or death itself. And if you were there for me during that time, you are my friend. You my best friend. You held my hand. You held my head up. If I was in a dark place that you may have pulled me out of, if we grew up together, you develop those friendships there in school. We grew up together. We clicked. We liked the same thing and everything like that. Of course, early on, you're taught what a friend is.
Right.
And what a friend is not. Like your parents always tell you, I'm not your little friend.
I'm not none of your little friends.
Okay, so you knew what a friend was not. Okay, it's not you.
Mama is not my friend. She is now, though.
Right. And then of course people get friends and best friends from college. That roommate or someone from class that you clicked and you vibe with, and so I agree with the going through something, because everyone goes through something that brings them together as people in the growth and growing and everything like that. Are there times when friends stop talking for whatever the case may be? Something that came in between them? Absolutely. And for them to come back together, it, like you said, to each is your own. Some friends do grow apart. They don't speak. Something happened that separates them, and they for a long period of time, and then they end up coming back together and they reconcile and everything is good. We best friends. We good to go. Granted, you disagree, but to each is your own. Like I can definitely see it happening. I can understand.
So you agree that you have to go through something?
I agree that you have to go through something, but to show that you are my friend, whatever we go through is what we went through. It's not what you and I went through, and this person went through, and then that person went through, and then this person over here went through, because everyone knows what we went through. As my friend, if we go through something, you and I go through something, and that's all that needs to be said. But if I find out that all these other people knew what we went through and why, or know any of my deep secrets that I've sat on this couch and told you, then you were never my friend to begin with.
Okay, so help me.
Then that's not a friend in my book.
So help me.
It just seems like a more of a temporary friend, or you were a friend for the moment type of situation. But
or you were just an associate, because I feel like friend to me, I just don't think that. Like, I'll use those terms very loosely.
You're not my friend until I see you do something illegal. That way, I know what type of bitch you are. Girl, I didn't.
What have you seen?
We take this off the podcast. Just know you my friend because.
No, but I feel like I feel people are quick to say friend, and
if you can be vulnerable with me, I think we have a friendship.
Okay, and that's so to me, that's not going through something. That's me feeling comfortable and vulnerable, or comfortable enough to be vulnerable with you. Like my best friend, that I've had since 2002, 3, whatever. We met and we just clicked. It was good times. If you want to say that we went through anything, what are you laughing at? It wasn't good times.
No, because as you talk and you're saying things, all that,
That's called active listening. No, but so we didn't. So if you want to say we had a disagreement about something, I do not know what it was, but I would even say that this was on the onset of the friendship. So we met overseas. A mutual friend of ours, introduced us. Said, "Hey, you guys are going to both be in the same space." Cool. We met. Everything was cool. I don't know. I probably said something, did something. We had a disagreement, and we made up over Girl Scout cookies. And we've been friends since then, but we've never gone through anything that was like tumultuous and it was like, oh my God, like, you know what I mean? We've never been through that. So I don't.
Everybody's different. And that's why I say everyone is different.
But I feel like you said the same thing, that you have to go through something. And I'm just like, nah, you don't have to go.
But it's what you define as go through something. If
So then there's
okay, so let's say, and
loves to cut me off. I can never get my thoughts out.
Go, girl, get your thought out, girl. Get your thought out.
So all I want,
it was an incomplete thought anyway.
Wait, we're just co-workers because we really don't know each other. Because if you knew me, you wouldn't do that to me because I fight big. No, all I was saying was I think that, damn, I forgot my thought.
Exactly. See how he do? I cut him off to save himself, but now look at him. See, I'm a true friend, but the bitch don't. See, it made me cuss.
Oh, shoot. I was saying that my point, you don't have to go. Go ahead. Because this is your podcast. I'm just here.
Oh, is that what we're going to do? Noted. Okay.
Where were we?
Girl, we about to skip past this topic here. Because we
ain't friends.
Because we about to go through something.
Then we can say we're friends. We just went through something with y'all. We just went through it. Are we through it? You good?
I'm good.
Okay, I'm
you
good.
Cheers. We about to.
So now we friends.
Officially.
So let's talk about the folks that we don't mess with, right?
Bitch, I got pushed on my Instagram first. Hold on.
Okay, hold on. Because I did unfollow you in that moment. I was like, I don't know who. I don't know you. Get off my... Who is Monty?
Wow.
No. So, folks, so again, my stance is we don't have to rock. We do not have to be cool. We don't have to be anything. There just needs to be a mutual respect. Meaning, okay, so you have a friend. I'm not even going to say you. There is someone, because I'm not talking about anybody, but in general, I have a friend who has a friend that I don't particularly like for whatever reason.
So my friend named Bob, and you don't like Bob.
Yeah, me and Bob, we don't. The vibe is just not there. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you have a function and I come into the space and Bob is here, mm-hmm. I'm going to acknowledge Bob's presence because I feel like if I don't, that's potential tension unnecessarily. It could roll into something else unnecessarily, and it's like, okay, why? Hello and goodbye. That's all I need. That's all. I've been in a situation. Went over to a friend's party, a birthday party, celebration, right? I get there. The individual that we weren't rocking at that time. Mm-hmm. We got to talking. It escalated, and then it became a whole nother situation. For me, I'm not carrying that energy. You don't rock with me. I'm not rocking with you. We don't have to. We can be in the same space and not deal. And we carried after that conversation or whatever you want to call it. During that whole party, when I left, I said goodbye. Goodbye. See you. Because I'm not gonna give it that. I feel like you give it fuel that sparks the fire, and it becomes something more than what it had to be because of what? Like, I gotta prove to you that I'm not the one. You don't. Shut up. Stop. It's not that serious.
And this is where we differ.
Absolutely. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Are we still going through?
No, we're good. Okay. No, we just have a difference of opinion because we're friends. Yeah. We can have a difference of opinion.
We do have a difference. So, and this kind of speaks to our personalities. Granted, like, we are both bubbly. We're both respectful. We both speak to people whenever we go into rooms, parties, whatever the case may be. You have a lot more energy than I do. Like, I'll speak to everyone. I know how to say hello, but Reese,
how do you say hello?
Hey y'all. I do a hey y'all, and then I go around and get my hugs and kisses. You are way more dramatic than I am. And when it's over, 9 times out of 10, all right, y'all, I'm gone. Reese has to say goodbye to every person he's come in contact with that day. And God forbid they were going to network or link up. That's another conversation there.
Link up to network. Let's be clear.
for me, if I don't fuck with you, so, see, I'm cussing, but it is what it is, and it just to get it clear across the board. So if I don't mess with you and I arrive to your friend Bob, you know, you're having a party and Bob is at your party. If I show up to a party and Bob is there, I can speak to everyone but Bob. And it is, I don't like you. You don't like me. We don't fool with each other.
Right.
It's understood. I don't need to go out my way to speak to you, and I don't need you to speak to me.
I don't think that's going out the way, though. I think it's just a level of
I'm not.
respect
What I
for
need to acknowledge
me.
you? I don't see you. What am I acknowledging
because
you for?
I feel like...
For what?
So this is what happens, and tell me if I'm wrong, right? So you have Bob and Joe, right?
Okay.
Because now we're at a party together as friends, because we're real friends now.
You, Bob, and Joe?
Me, you, Bob, and Joe. But me and you came together, and Bob and Joe are there. We know both of them, and we know that they don't rock with each other.
Okay.
Right? So Bob comes in. Joe's here. Bob comes in and says hello to all of us but Joe.
Okay.
Now, Joe, if Joe decides he want to be petty, didn't talk to me.
And then that's on Joe.
Right, it is on Joe. But I think that just coming in, and not that Bob has to say, hey, Joe, how are you? But
listen,
just a general hello.
When I give my general hello to the room,
then that was for Joe and Bob.
That included
whoever.
Okay. When I give my personal hellos, that's where we are.
But I feel like if you're talking to everyone but this one person, you're creating potential tension. I'm not saying that you have to. But I'm not saying that it has to be. I just think that it makes more sense.
How is it creating tension when there's already an understanding that we don't fool with each other?
Because
what do I have to say to you?
Just to me, a general hello.
I gave a general hello to the room. Hey, y'all.
Okay.
Now that I gave a hey y'all, now I gotta come up to Bob. Hey Bob. No, what?
I'm not saying that you have to, but I just think that if you're...
Because I guess 9 times out of 10, let me tell you what Bob's gonna... If I give a hey y'all, hey Ramont, Bob not gonna say shit. So we good.
You might be right.
We good. There is no... in my opinion, there's no tension. It's what's understood doesn't need...
to be spoken on. I get it.
It doesn't, and I'm not going to. If I don't fuck with you, I'm not speaking to you. I don't see you. It does nothing. Like, no, just not gonna. I just don't fuck with you. It is what it is. Sidebar, Team Monique. So, yeah, you continue to speak to the people that you don't deal with, and.
Don't get me wrong. I don't go to places if I don't rock with somebody. I'm not. Hey, how are? I'm not doing all of that.
You don't do all that, but you'll.
I think that
you are still you're a lot more right. You're a lot more courteous than what I would be. That person that I don't speak to would get the general hello that I gave to the room, and I would give personal hellos to everyone else that I deal with.
But I think that's because you're a little bit more aggressive. You are. I think that you're... because I think back to that time because, we may not have been real friends back then, but I remember a time that we were in Atlanta and a situation happened and it was very aggressive. And I think it was kind of unwarranted.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about it? Let's unwrap it. Because I feel like... real quick. So we were in Atlanta. I don't know if we know what we were there for.
First of all, I love how do you want to talk about it? I don't say anything, and then you go right into the story.
Because
go ahead, tell the story, friend.
So we were in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. What were we in Atlanta for? I don't know.
I can't remember.
We were there. It was another friend of ours that was with a friend of mine that I had introduced to Ramont, and I believe that everybody's cool. We're all in the same space. We're chilling, having a good time. There's this one particular individual that is, what I would define as in Ramont's face, and to me, do you like? I'm the type of friend that when you give me the cue, I need you, I got you. We gonna get out that situation. So I didn't get no cues. They talking, whatever.
Yeah, I was having a good time.
Yeah, so we're milling around. So then we find ourselves on this sectional. Picture it. I'm at the end of the sectional on my phone, minding my business. And then behind me is Marquise. And then behind him is Ramont and this person that was, I don't know who the individual was. They're having a good conversation. I'm minding my business in my phone.
You're not going to finna keep painting me out to be this
I didn't.
person.
I didn't.
Okay, we got that you were minding your business.
I was minding my business because that's what I do. And then I hear, and I was like, so then my back is to them. So I turn around and I'm like.
He's so dramatic, yo. Go ahead.
Ramont, did that not? Was that not it?
Go ahead. It wasn't that damn loud, but go ahead.
Oh, sir.
Go ahead with your story.
So I turn around because my first instinct is, because this is the first time now, this is legit. The first time, prior to this, I always thought Ramont was the friend that you didn't rely on if you was going to be in a situation. All you needed him to do was grab your keys, your coat, your phone, and he was going to go to the car, and the car was going to be at the front when you was ready to roll out.
And Reese only knows that's because Reese fights. Go ahead. Go ahead. So Reese can give you that definition because Reese would be the one that's ready to pop stuff off. So he would pass me his wallet, keys, and all his jewelry that he had on. Because you know Mama like to accessorize. But go ahead with your story.
How did this turn on me?
Go ahead with your story, friend, because I'm aggressive. Go ahead.
So I hear this pop, and I turn around because honestly and sincerely, I turned around and I thought, because I know my keys, it wasn't going to go down like that. I thought somebody had hit Ramont. And so I turned around and I said...
Now I'm defenseless.
Shit. I forgot he from Baltimore or whatever, but I thought it was Ramont. It was. I turned around and I'm looking because, you know, when you heard the pop and you feel like something's going to follow, nothing followed. It was just like them just sitting there. And I was like, what is going on? He was like, he tried to take my watch. And I was just like... Huh? Ramont says that this person tried to take his watch. And I was like, okay, so Ramont's putting his watch back on, if I'm not mistaken.
Is.
And then the dude is just sitting there. And I'm like, you ain't gonna do nothing? Because now, look, I don't fight, but... I instigated a little bit. I stirred the pot. And the boy was like, oh, I'm not into that. I said, let's get our stuff and go because somebody finna try to fight Ramont up in here. So I think that's Ramont being that aggressive is why it makes sense that he would come in and not
slandering my good name. I swear. I worked so hard for this image.
Wait, did it happen or did it not happen?
It did happen.
Okay. However, like I said it or no? Rewind the tape.
Hold on, y'all. I got pause so I can't go back and listen.
Rewind the tape.
It did happen from an outside person point of view. It did. Okay. How you explained it. However, with me having a good time, sitting here talking to someone. So you and I, we sitting here having a conversation. Mm-hmm. Your hand is resting. You're not doing anything. Mm-hmm. And you just feel this.
Right.
You feel someone at your watch band.
Right.
I reacted. It was a reaction. Like it.
But you hit him in the face.
Okay, and? I don't understand your point.
I don't understand where this person was the other time that you was holding coats and phones. Where was he then? I said my friend. So
anywho, moving on. Rude.
It's not my fault.
Rude. It's because it comes up on the laptop.
I know.
And sometimes I want to answer.
No. Stop it. Stop it.
You already know how I feel. So, I'm not that aggressive. And to say Team Monique itself is because I just feel as if sis wasn't in the wrong. I'm sorry.
You wouldn't, because you reacted just as she did.
That's a little bit different. Monique endured a lot, and you
endured a lot. Stop it. We're not doing this.
We're not doing this.
Not doing. Now, I will say this for the record: I am not Team Monique. I am not Team
Candace.
I am Team Neutral because I feel like both played their part.
Yes, they absolutely did.
But
they
I feel like you
did.
just put it out there like she had it up to here because
She did.
Candace. No, what it? Okay. No.
Okay.
I'm not buying into it.
This is where we disagree.
Absolutely.
Maybe one day we'll come back and talk about this. Maybe we won't.
Maybe we won't.
We won't. Bitch, you gotta be and told on my goddamn business.
That ain't got nothing to do with us. So shit, we can talk about it if you want to.
So I guess
that wrapped it up.
Wrap up, folks.
We
because we definitely disagree on the fold.
Yeah, I just don't think that. Yeah, it's not necessary.
I can't. I just don't see myself speaking to a person that I don't.
And again, I'm not saying what's going on? How are you?
I'm not. Like, you're not getting a hello, hey girl.
Yes,
nothing.
It's happened.
What's happened?
I don't want to write on my. It's happened. You've been cordial. You've been cordial with individuals that you may not have necessarily cared for.
Girl.
So you have.
That's because you keep putting me in that situation, and I fucking hate you after each time it fucking happens.
At least we're friends now. Because you hated me when we was just associates. Okay, moving on to the friend zone. So this is that thing where the definition, I'm sorry. A situation in which a friendship exists between two people, one of whom has an unreciprocated romantic or sexual interest in the other. So to me, I typically find that in general, friend zone happens after you met someone that you think you like or you like and it doesn't work out. It doesn't evolve into a romantic relationship. So then one ends up putting that person in, we're just going to be friends. I think the thing for me though is it's not really a friend. Like, I don't know how deep of a friendship we can have.
It's the level of friendship.
Okay.
It's levels.
Right.
So when I think of
maybe we should have started there with the friends. Like, there's levels because I agree. There's like very surface, and then it goes deeper.
Because we wouldn't have understood it until we got to friend zone to understand like the different levels of it. Because if we liked each other, then we figure out, okay, this really not going to work. So I'm going to put you in the friend zone. But it's more of a friend zone of, hey, you want to go to happy hour type of friend or something like that.
So my question, so I like you and you think you like me. You decide that you don't, right? And you let me know, hey, I don't see you there. I don't see it for you that way. We're just going to be friends. Do you feel comfortable going out with me?
Honestly, I feel like that is. Let me say this. I feel like if I give you that statement, it ain't going to go there for us. We should just be friends. Is a nice way of saying
thanks, but no thanks. Bye.
Facts.
And meaning by like let's just go our separate ways.
Facts. But one person is still going to be more invested and still going to be hitting up the other person. You're just like, girl, all right. I'm
trying to think, have I ever been?
You probably have.
What?
I'm sure. I'm thinking more so. You probably have friend zone people. Like I'm sure you.
No.
Yeah, you probably have. So that I think it's just a nice way of letting someone down to say we'll still be friends versus someone being open and honest as far as I really like. Let's just go out, like you said, go out separate ways. This ain't gonna go nowhere. I don't even want to hang around you to be honest. And quite frankly, when you say that, you ain't even really looking for no friends for real. Because
that's me.
But however, there are people they figure out, okay, we wasn't gonna work, and we ended up becoming good friends. You know, at the end of the day, I've heard stories like that. You know, people,
and I have too. I think that what's weird for me is when people have been in situations where they've been physical, like sexual, right?
And then you get friend zone,
and then they want to be friends. And I'm just like, that's so weird to me.
How?
Because I think it's because in my head, this is just in my head. So if I'm dating you and you and Bob are friends, but you and Bob had tried to date previously, and y'all was having
sexual relationships,
right?
Would you scared to say that for
this cursing thing?
Sexual relationship?
No, I was gonna say the F word.
The F word. Oh, okay.
Right. Oh my God! What you're not gonna do is that.
I'm finna answer.
No, you're not. Don't do that. So to find out that you guys were physical. I don't know. I feel like once you've been there, and this is just me, once you've been there, it's easy to go back.
No.
No?
No.
Yes?
No.
I can't understand you.
No, you...
Use your words. You're making noises and I don't know what's going on.
So what you're saying is if me and Bob were doing physical things and then we became friends, something in that physical thing wasn't good. And that's why we're friends.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying is it's not easy to go back because something went wrong here. Or if me and Bob were just doing a physical thing, it could have just been you as a person, you're a good friend, and maybe the sex itself, the actual act was good in the moment.
But the person
wasn't good.
Right.
Like we did each other a service and that and that's all that it was. Like something, yeah, it was just a service. Like it was good for that moment in time. But other than that, you're a good friend. Like I can depend on you. I can call on you, whatever the case may be. And you know, if you date, like it, no.
But I feel like if that's a scenario, the sex was good, but I don't see anything else for you.
Not necessarily good. It was a service.
But to me,
it's not necessarily good. Like it just did the job at the moment.
Okay, so what happens when you help? Fran says, I'm in a bind. You go help this bind out, and now we talking over drinks about what just happened. Oh my God, it's so effed up, and da 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 da. And now we at the house. We've been here before.
Okay, I can still leave.
You could, but are you? Not you, but you know what I'm saying? Is the person gonna leave? I don't know.
Everyone is a little bit different.
Yeah, I get the friend zone, and I think maybe friend zone for me is a nice way to say no thank you to anything more than what's been.
Exactly. When you think of friend zone, that's what I picture friend zone. Mm-hmm. But
not actually holding up the friend part of it.
Exactly.
It's just that surface friend, like, hey, I see you. You cool? All right.
Like if I see you out, I'm gonna speak to you.
Right.
Like if I see you out, like, oh, let's go get a shot at the bar type of situation.
Okay, but go with your friends and I'm gonna go with my friends.
I'm not texting you, hey, are you at this party type of situation?
Okay.
Friend zone.
Or hey, you want to go with me too?
Right.
Okay.
Especially to say, yeah. But I've known some people that have been rejected, and those two people. It is an ugly word. Those two people are they're friends. Like, but I guess that's the adult version where we had a conversation. We realized we're just going to be friends, or someone probably explained why I'm putting you in the friend zone, and you were able to have that transparency and have that conversation. Like, oh, okay, cool, and grew a friendship from that because that was a mutual understanding. Versus, let me send this text. Yeah, it ain't gonna work for me.
Right. Okay, so not completely to step away from this, but I have a question.
I have an answer.
I know. I know, because you wanted to interrupt me while I was giving my question to say that you had an answer. But okay, so when you're in a situation, right, where if there is a situation where I've made up my mind of I made my mind up about something. Mm-hmm. Say our friendship. If I say, hey, this is over for me, do you feel?
We talked about this.
Did we? Yeah. Maybe that's why.
This is on one of our episodes.
Oh, okay.
When I oh shit, this is bad. I don't know our episodes. My God,
it's okay. We have so many. We have so many episodes. If you're a first time listener, please. I think this is episode 13, so you have 2 other episodes that you can listen to. ALilRandR podcast. No, okay. So I think we probably did talk about it. I just don't feel the need to explain if I'm walking away from a situation, because I don't feel the need to explain.
Is this we talked about on episode 10? Is this the end?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that was okay.
Because you had an issue. You feel as if I can wipe my hands, I'm done with it. If I say I'm done with this friendship, it's that
right.
I felt as if we need.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice. Okay, we had that conversation. Episode 10, y'all can hear what we said then because I think it's probably still the same because here we are right now. It just popped in my head because I just had a situation like that, and I'm just like, why am I exposed? There is no reason that I need to explain much to you. If I decide that this is what I'm doing, respect me.
Yeah, but friend zone is a little bit. Friend zone. No, I'm just saying in comparison to that episode, friend zone is a little bit different in my opinion because when someone gets put into the friend zone, there's an expectation that there's still a line of communication between us that we can reach out and still talk and everything like that. Versus episode 10, it's I'm done with this situation, type of thing. So that's the friend zone gray area when you're like, damn, I'm in a friend zone. Like, shorty really don't want to fuck with me. So some people still try their hand in a sense. Like, okay, he invite me over. We gonna watch Netflix. And like, nah, we just friends.
Like, I real wanted to just watch this movie, bro.
But But some people play games. Oh, you're in a friend zone. But when I come to the door, I ain't got no shirt on and I got on the Adidas thought pants. You know what I mean? But we just watching Netflix. Oh my God. And then I just got out the shower, go sit down on the couch. I'll be right with you, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? So It's just like that gray area in the friend because you like, okay, we friends, but you playing games.
Right. But I feel like that is your out. Like, don't. People,
but some people like to do that.
People will do to you what you allow them to.
But some people like to do that. They like to push and tease and everything like that. And that's how you create serial killers.
Wait a fuck. Freak. What? Okay. I don't even know where to go with that because I feel like that's the...
Because now he obsessed with you. And now he got like little pictures cut out on his wall.
In a dark room. With a lamp with a black light. And when you leave work, he behind you.
He behind you.
Because he ain't got no job no more. Because his job is you.
And when you went to the bathroom, he turned on the locations on your phone and sent it to his.
See.
Ooh.
I watched something recently where this dude put a tracer on his girl's phone. And I'm just like, I'm guilty. I've done something similar years ago, but I'm in a space now. If you gonna go, I'm gonna open the door. I'm gonna hold it until you get everything out. And when I close that door, please.
As my friend, should you have my location?
As my friend? Mm-hmm. No, because you're in a whole relationship.
So
I feel like, not saying that, I feel like if you were doing some risky stuff, if you were doing some things that could potentially, like, and not even that I'm risky like that, but potentially, like, for me, I'm going on dates. If I'm going and meeting people that I'm not really familiar with, it would make sense.
We would like to know your location.
Yeah.
The one time you tried to send it, you fucked it up.
Thank you guys so much for listening to ALilRandR podcast. We are going to go. Good night. Oh my gosh. Some things are not for the podcast.
All I say is the one time you tried to send it. I know,
but I know the details. No, I feel uncomfortable.
Bitch, you could have been going for... See, you got me cussing. You could have been going for coffee. No one knows what you were going for.
Yes, I messed it up. That's why I'm sure my location. But I think that... So some friends do. I think it's dependent upon the friendship. I think that for us, I think that someone will always know where I'm at.
Okay.
Someone will always know where I am. If I feel like it's one of those situations where it's like risky.
Okay.
Not risky, but like if I really don't know the person. Mm-hmm. Like the other day, so I left my best friend and I went to hang out with someone that I had never hung out with before, so he knew exactly where I was.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's important because it's crazy out here. People are like these. Well, we talked about this in a previous episode. Not gonna pull it up because we talked about it a couple different times, but like the apps and stuff, I can't do that shit no more.
The who?
The apps. Like
that was loud.
All those apps. Even the dating apps. I don't have the... People are crazy. First of all, people ain't who they claim to be Pictures are very deceiving, and they're just crazy.
Put them in the friend zone, friend.
I don't want. I tell people when I start dating, I tell people I'm not looking for friends. So if this don't work out, we just gonna go our separate ways, and it's a respect thing. If I see you, I'm gonna say hello and keep it moving. I don't need a new friend. Mm-hmm. And unless you are just that great of a person, then I feel like I need you.
How do you feel about new friends at our age?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I feel like the friends that I have are these are my longtime friends, right? Okay. My forever friends is what I call them. So there's.
Sound like something Oprah would say.
Yeah. Well, but no, I do. I feel like, can I make new? I think it's more associates. Like, I'm not really deep with people. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of times I'm meeting people with the potential of, socially, and it's typically one is interested, like somebody's interested or whatever, and then it's like, you're just cool. Because for me, if we meet and I'm interested, I'm going to shoot my shot subtly because I'm not very but I'm going to subtly let you know. Subtly, is that the right word? Mm-hmm. Subtly. It sounds so much like I'm putting more syllables in there than need to be. But anyways, subtly, I'm letting you know that I'm interested. And if I don't get nothing back, I'm good. And by the time, which just sucks for me and I guess them, by the time somebody does get around to being like, oh, I really do, I'm like, I'm past that. Like, you're just cool.
Your friends on off bat.
I think that in my head, I look for that, not literally, love at first sight type of situation. I want to see you know. I want to see and know, okay, this is who I'm going to be with. And I don't feel that. I'm like, okay, this is cool. I like to eat. So we've talked about that. You want to
We'll say this for another podcast. You can take this would be a good topic. Like love at first sight type of stuff. Like, what do you see when you first meet some person? Like,
well, your situation. I was gonna say your situation was that, but
no, it wasn't.
I know. I was gonna say your situation was that, but I felt like by the time. So again, another topic for another time. But I feel like by the time we were introduced to, it seemed like that's what it was. So when I got the real story, I was like,
googly eyes.
Yeah, it was.
Couldn't stand that man.
I know. Should I even? Well, no, I don't want that. Because if I don't like you, I just don't.
I mean, I liked him.
I know, but I just feel like for me in that situation, I'd have been like, go on now.
Because he was more aggressive than I was when we first met.
Yeah, don't be too...
You ain't finna talk to me like that.
And that's what it is.
But I liked it because it was a turn on.
Right, it's a little... And I think that's my problem. Motherfuckers, that they want to talk crazy, and then I'd be like, wait.
But you gotta let them talk crazy.
Yeah, to yourself, because I'm not going to listen to that shit.
You gotta listen, friend. You don't know where it's going to end up.
What is that for? It's time to go, friend, because I don't know what that is. This bottle that got you a little...
No, it didn't. Absolutely not. You want to take the top off?
Time to go.
Reese just tried to pour himself a whole drink with the whole top on a bottle, y'all.
It's time to go.
You want to wrap it up, friend?
Yes, it's a done deal.
Hey guys, it's your boy Ramont. I want to thank you again for listening to another episode of ALilRandR Podcast. Please make sure you like and subscribe to us. Also, follow us on IG at ALilRandRPodcast. That's ALilRandRPodcast. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out to us via our Gmail at RamontandReese@gmail.com. Thanks so much.